Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Williamson again, and for this video that I will be dedicating to my birthday month, June in 2025, I shall talk about the worst experience I've ever had with Aide in my life. Now, this isn't going to be just one experience. This will be an entire month that I've worked with this Aide over the course of a month. And she was very, very unprofessional and very annoying too. And I'm gonna limit it to only a few minor few things and that add up to her annoyance. And I will not be using her real name for this because it's rather embarrassing for me and very unbecoming of an aide for her. So here we go. I'm going to talk about Kimberly now, or Kim short. So now, I've been looking for Aide for my house for a long time now. And we finally got Aide, and he quit last year. He quit in last February. So the agency that we're going through was looking hard for an Aide for me a long time because in my area it's kind of scarce for that. So they knew what I needed. Like I need someone to help me out with my house, with little minor house cleaning here, like laundry and showering and stuff like that there and above, and like cooking, like sandwiches, pasta, that kind of thing, like meals. So they had a search out for Aide, and they found one in the form of Kim. Now Kim was she first worked with me, and the supervisor actually thought that she was a good fit for me. I found her quite nice, Kimberly. So it's important to note that where the other aides that they have there took like maybe a couple weeks to train and do everything with and get made for the clientele. Like Kimberly took like double that, at least double that. So that was our first clue that we ignored, that she wouldn't be a good fit for me or anybody for that matter. So, I took a shot with her not with her, but I took a shot with her assistant on the first day, which was the supervisor's day. I was happy, so was the supervisor. But then, the next day, she came in, and she didn't exactly, she looked the part and everything, well, little nurses out there and everything. She looked good for that. But, she was a little bit too into her phone. And, that became a bigger issue, which I'll discuss in a few minutes. But, one other little thing that I found particularly annoying about her was that she had this belt around her that she would always show me to the belt that she would use to help other people walk with. Okay, but I told her that I have a medical problem with belts, where I can't use a belt because it constricts my stomach area and gives me bad heartburn. But she didn't care. She wanted me to use the belt and use it to walk around the house her way. So I said, okay, so why don't we try it with doing the belt, but more up here, so it wouldn't be constricted to down on my stomach area. She goes, okay. So that was okay. That was fine. But then she she got kind of irritating with it, saying that it has to be the belt. Now you've seen in all my videos that I use that weight distribution harness thing, like a little hat vest harness thing. So I just do it. It's the camera. Why don't you just grab on that instead, using the belt? It's the same principle, the same coverage, same area. Oh no, I like using the belt, so we'll use the belt. Okay, but I know when I have to be comfortable with what I'm doing, I'm walking. But I like to use the belt, and then we're going to use the belt. So, at that point, I did not work for it whatsoever. Not at the gym, not anywhere else here. I'll get to the one time that I took her to the gym with me, and the fun I had with her for that. And I say fun as in not very much fun. So I was like, okay, Kim, let's. Every day she would come by and say like, okay, we can use the belt now. We can walk around with the belt. Yes, that's what I said. No, I'm not comfortable using the belt. I'm not going to use it. And she would just sit there and just do nothing, like a trophy of some kind of slavery that I was called out to perform for by using the belt. So she would get like a chocolate star to put on her wall or a trophy rack or something that I got him to walk. I'm a grown-ass man with all my intelligence. I don't need to be treaded out just to make you feel bad about yourself. Okay, now so we'll talk about the phone thing. Now, she always used to text message her family at home, her daughter, and her husband. I didn't find that big of a deal with it. Neither my father. Until it became a bit of an issue. Because one time they were on the phone with each other, and she was busy, and she said something about like him getting a tattoo for his birthday, which made her cry because she didn't want him to do it. And I figured, okay, that's fine. That's your own private issue. Don't get involved with it. But she had to make a big deal out of it. She cried. I excused her to go get a tissue and use the bathroom if necessary. That was odd, I admit. But then the husband also called her up on the phone, and he also collects Hess trucks, like the Hess trucks, like the gas company Hess sells at Christmas time. So we got a little comment to go on there. And all of a sudden, I don't know what possessed her to do this, but then all of a sudden, without my permission, mind you, she is over there taking a little mini film of my collection with her phone like this, like that. Look, honey, look at what he has. That's really what she did. She said, look, honey, look what he has on the phone on FaceTime. Like, yeah, that was really nice. That was very nice. Big collection of it. Like, no, Kim, you're not supposed to do that on the job. You're not supposed to show my private things to your husband because who knows? He could share that with his coworkers or his friends or something, and something goes wrong between us, which did. He could easily say to his friends or his cronies or whatever, go steal his stuff. Or he's got a lot of stuff. Why don't you go liberate some other stuff from him? Like, come on, this is grade school stuff here. You should already know that stuff already. So, my father talked to her before he came into the place, into my house. The morning after that, maybe a few days after that, and he told her, I don't want you to use the phone only for emergencies. Only for like if some kind of medical problem came about with your daughter or your son or your husband or something. So she comes into the house for work that day, like a minute afterwards, all pouting and angry and stuff, and she said, your father told me no more phone, so I'm not getting the phone anymore. And I said, okay, what did you do? Did he talk to you? Did he tell you about it? No, he yelled at me. Meanwhile, I know my father when he yells at someone. I know that he's not very pleasant and very not nice when he does it. I can hear him all the way through the doors, through the wall of the house. I didn't hear any of that today, that day. So, someone was bullshit and making it sound like he did that, and he didn't do that. So, when he told her about, no more showing the phone and showing what I got and stuff on the camera, she said, I would never rob you, and I would never have my husband do the same thing. I would never have him do that. So, the fact that she overreacted like that was kind of like a hint that she was going to do it, or she already did it, or something or other. I don't think she did it anyway, but there was just the fear of her doing something like that. Kind of irked me a lot, and so did my father. This is professional. This is your basic stuff that use your phone to access when you're on a job. I use the example. I have toys, I have collectibles, basic, low end stuff over here. But she was working with another client. Got help that person. If they were she was helping somebody else, they might have like heirlooms, antiques, high valuable jewelry and stuff, and it's not right that a person like that would take video footage of what they have. That's so inappropriate. So then we go to the gym, which he repeatedly told me you can only do once a week. Even though we were offered a driver there, it would only be once a week. It was like our car was not good enough for her. So she actually yelled at me a few times. Only once a week, Joe. Only once a week I can come with you. Even though she said that I want to work out and get nice and thin for my husband and that kind of thing. Okay, it's okay. That's your prerogative. That's fine. I only try to encourage people like that to be healthy, to remain healthy, to get a little buff and a little fit and all that. So God. Did you ever do something that you thought was a good idea? Then you realized that it was a total disaster? Yeah, bringing Kimberly with me to the gym was a fucking disaster. Now, I tend to be prideful of where I am in a gym, I'm muscular, I'm healthy, I'm this and that. And I'm fairly independent at the gym. I can do whatever I want. I can do the equipment that I want. I can clean it off without anybody telling me what to do about it. And that kind of thing. And people over there, they respect me for it. They respect the fact that I'm friendly, that I can do everything independently. I don't need mommy or daddy over there to pamper me and tell me what to do and be careful about weight and all that stuff. But by God, Kimberly was that was unspeakable what she did to me that day. Okay? Well, I'm a very patient man, right? But when I went to the gym with her that one time, it was ungodly annoying as fuck. Case in point, I go to the gym now, and I go work out whatever I'm doing, and she's on the phone with her husband. No big deal, right? Well, at one point, she even did a video of herself with her husband on the other end saying, look at me, honey, I'm working out with Joey. I'm lifting a 20-pound weight or wherever she was lifting. She only did it once, but that was really annoying that she had to film herself and send it to her husband as if she was trying to get some kind of validation for it. Look, honey, I'm doing workout, yay! But what you were doing that was really, really embarrassing. I want to go from one machine to another machine like I normally do, and I told her, clean this off for me, please. So she set out to do that, and then she goes, Joey, where you going, Joey? Joey, where you going, Joey? Joey, where you going, Joey? It's like, I'm an adult. I don't need to tell you exactly where I'm going. And it was loud enough that everyone in the entire room could hear her. And it was like, where am I, an invalid all of a sudden? Leave me alone there. Let me go talk to those people over there. I don't need you to embarrass me and make them think that I'm a mentally retarded person or something or other. Joey, where you going, Joey? Joey, I'm just going over there 5 feet away. The building isn't closed. There's no I can't get out. There's no danger or anything. Leave me alone. And then she was like, she was talking to my friends at the gym too, which was a little bit inappropriate too, being that she would just stay there if I let her be there forever, she would be talking to them forever and ever and ever, and annoying them and distracting them for what they were doing. It was very irritating, very annoying. I said to my dad, never again. I'm very patient, but no, I couldn't deal with it. Complete strangers would think I was a mental case because of her. No, I can't do with that. There was also many of the other times where she would say that she would make it sound like she was more superior than the nurses and the aides and stuff above her. And she said that, I clean that. I clean houses. I I help out with people and stuff. But they get all the credit. So I'm the one that does the credit. My dad said that to her. You just do the basic jobs. They have the degrees and they have real jobs and whatnot. You don't have anything. He actually has to her, but he would if he could. Also, for the same matter, I have a problem with my throat. Whenever I'm eating or drinking something, the food and whatnot tends to get stuck in there. So I have to rush to the bathroom or wherever to flush it out by coughing up a lung, by coughing it out. And I understand that it's her procedure to make sure that I was right. But over there coughing out a lung, and it was really bad this time. I would when my vision was so blurred, everything was going bad. I was starting to lose oxygen and stuff here. But she had to be annoying about it. She was like, "Are you okay, Joey? Are you okay, Joey? Are you okay, Joey? Are you okay, Joey?" And meanwhile, I'm fully concentrating on trying to cough this liquid up, make sure I don't drown my own fluids. So I mustered up a quick this, and then she leaves me alone. There's nothing else to be worried about. And then I told her, very nicely, I said, "Don't do that again. If I'm coughing like that, don't bother me. I can't keep you happy, keep your procedure going if I'm concentrating so intently on not dying, not passing out from coughing out." She said, "Oh, I got my procedure." Yeah, well, your procedure would kill me if that was the case. She didn't even offer to help me out, like give me the $100 or anything like that. She just said, "Are you okay, Joey? Are you okay, Joey?" I couldn't even tell her, "I'm not okay. I need you to help me out." Because it was so enamored with coughing out wherever I was, choking on and stuff. So on the last day there, my dad said to her, just for the rest of your hours or whatever today, and which I'll get into that in a minute. I have a bug zapper next to where I sit and play video games in the living room, right? So underneath there's a paper plate for collecting all the bugs. And as so nicely, I said, "Could you take care of that? Could you empty it out?" No, I'm not going to call the agency up and see if they want me to do that. It's on my duty. So she thought that she would get away with not being able to do it because the agency would say, "No, that's not your duty, don't bother with it." But it turns out that yes, I was in the right by saying, "Could you get that for me?" And it might have burned her up to know that her little strategy of calling the agency up, getting the higher power to say, "You don't have to do that," failed. And she did have to do that. And then she stormed off and said, "Can I go now? Can you go now?" "Yeah, you can go now. At 5 o'clock. So, let me just quickly tell you about her days and hours. Now, I felt bad for her. I really did, because of her situation and all of that. So, I felt bad for the poor thing. So I would say, to her, come here early. I never got up. at that point, before like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, I would get up, I would be cranky and groggy and all of this other stuff. So, she didn't bat an eye at that. She didn't say thank you to me for that. So, her hours were like 11 to, I think, 5 or something like that. Well, that's okay, that, like, 5 days a week, no big deal, right? You know, the weekends we get to party and stuff like that. We do whatever we want to, right? So then, whenever she would have to miss a day off, you know, a work day, because she was sick, she had to take her kids to the dentist office or something, you know, something legitimate. She would say, I'm coming in during the weekend and make up my hours because I can't afford to miss a single day. So I'm gonna make it up for you. She didn't say to me, can I work out? Can I work another day? Or can I come in during the weekend? No, she demanded that she come in during the next day. So I said, okay, you can come in, blah, blah, blah. So she was very aggravating, very demanding, very selfish in that I gotta do it her way. And she gotta come in when she wants to, you know, and all that. None of this pussy, you know, asking permission. None of that. She just said that, you know, I'm coming in today. We're like, okay. So, luckily, I never told my dad about the belt thing. And I didn't tell him about her yelling at me that time. Because otherwise, he would have very not nice thing to say about her. But when it came to the agency, my dad told her that she was a horrible person, a horrible aide. She lies, she over-exaggerates, and he does not want to work in this house again with me. Yeah, I said, I'd be happy to back you up on that if it ever come down to it, with examples and everything else. I'm surprised I didn't get noticed by the people at the gym saying, she can't come in here because you're that aggravating and that loud and not just about everything. I mean, I keep having nightmares about hearing her say like, yo, where you going? Or like, let me go to the bathroom and get nice peace and quiet. Look, yeah, I'm enjoying myself in here. And then I go back out. I see her trying to annoy me again. I showed her my cut that I got my finger from my pocket knife experience. And what does she do? She tried to one up me by showing me her little toe and an injury she got from her ex-husband. I said to her, I said, why did I need to see that? Why did I need to see that? Why couldn't you just tell me I got an injury from my ex-husband? You know, why couldn't you just tell me that? I would believe you. I didn't need you to show it to me. And she was very unprofessional, very immature, and I wouldn't trust her with anybody who needs help and who might be mentally deficient. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, I thank you for watching my video on the worst aid I ever had. I did this for my birthday month of June in 2025. If you guys like what you see here and you want to see more of my videos, you know, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also get me on my phone by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. Or if you want, you can get me follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at PNelsonPro. Or you can get my email at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So I salute all you coworkers out there who want to be aides and stuff. Don't be like Kimberly. Be more mature. Put down the phone and help out people. And be professional about it too. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. And I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys, internet, and aloha and sayonara.